when they actually get ready for a building permit, by that time we've got it all worked out. There's not a big, long, lengthy plan review period. And we have those every Thursday morning. Very rarely do we miss a week. We're on that. We got to where we put the plat review in with that same meeting a lot of times. Plats, when I first got here, we were filing about 5 a year. Right now, with all the infill housing and everything else, we're literally doing 4 or 5 a week. They're not cheap either, by the way. Or comprehensive land use planning we do, and I'll talk about that in a minute. And then we are the staff for the planning and zoning meetings. Let's talk about code enforcement. You can see on the left some of the things that we do. Drainage, erosion, junk vehicles, trash, illegal dumping, obviously overgrown properties, businesses operating out of a home, illegal posting of signs, building code violations, constructing without approved permit, substandard structures, and that's the main gist of what the 3 code officers work. Steve, who's taken over property maintenance, does the substandard structures. I know Ben's very familiar with that. Very important. It's been kind of slow with all the infill housing. We haven't had to do as much demolition because a lot of those lots, burnouts, are getting bought out, and the contractors are actually demoing themselves, which saves us some money. Very, very busy office, and I just did a brief rundown there for 2019-20 and to date on 21. You can see the complaints. They vary every year. You never know what that's going to be, and I'm sure that number's off because obviously we hadn't logged everything in the system. You can see what our caseload was in 2019, 2020, and 2021. That's to date. That's from October 1 to today. We're tracking right along, and they're about the same as we always are. This thing is not scrolling well for me. And then I did abatement cases. This is what we actually mowed with our abatement crews and/or our contractor. And you can see that number kind of goes up every year. It doesn't seem to be that high this year, and my thinking is, and I think the reason for that is the infill housing is taking up a lot of lots that we used to mow. Matter of fact, I don't think that. I know that's what's happening. We're seeing a lot of areas where there was just vacant property after vacant property. Now they got houses sitting on them, so it's been a real plus. This thing is not right. There we go. I'm going the wrong direction. There we go. In permitting and inspections, and I ran the numbers of where we are this year. Building permits issued since October 1 of this year is, I actually did it up to date, it's 1,297 that was actually done up to today. I didn't do inspections, but since October we've done 4,950 inspections. And when I say that, I'm talking about building inspections. I'm not talking about any code enforcement actions. So you can see where I'm sitting without a building inspector. I'm a running. I want to get that job filled as quickly as possible. And that number is considerably up from what it used to be, but obviously that's for the infill housing and all the construction we have taking place. You know, we do residential construction, commercial and industrial construction, swimming pools, accessory buildings. The airport permitting, like I said, I don't see much of that. That goes to John out there. We did adopt the new 2018 ICC building codes, the electrical code, plumbing, concrete, and energy, and that was a good thing. It allows different kind of materials, new types of building. We're right in line with where the state of Texas is right now, which I'm very proud of. It also helped our ISO rating because we're up to date on the codes, and that was something that's had been digging us for a while. Public health, I think y'all all know what they do. She inspects all the restaurants, tries to inspect all of them at least twice a year. Daycare centers, nursing homes, things like that are inspected. And she also does swimming pools. You can see the other things she looks at: grocery stores, any commercial kitchen, hospital. We used to do the food handler registration. We don't do that in house anymore. I need to take that off there. That's now done online. The state took they quit letting us give the test and teach the class. I don't know what that's about, but probably because we were getting money and they weren't. Yeah, I said it. And so this is my request for this upcoming budget. I think, and Summer will tell you, I don't ask for a lot of stuff out of our department. I don't. I try to stay about the same every year. But I desperately need a permitting clerk. We are overloaded with building permits and plating. You know, we got 700 new lots we hadn't even started building permits on that I'm talking about are ready to go. And I've got 2 or 3, y'all see some of them not too far off, 2 or 3 more plats coming. And absolutely, they're just wearing us out, you know, with the phone and everything. I need the help with that. I think it'll get us a lot more efficient with what we're trying to do to turn permits. I have a meeting tomorrow with MyGov we're going to see if we can't try to start doing building permits online. I think it'll help our review and it'll help us not have so many. We're still going to have people in the office because a lot of people aren't going to know how to do it because we don't just deal with developers or contractors. So I have asked for, in this budget, a permitting code enforcement clerk to go around along with the other 2 I have. I also want to use that person in a way that, since we don't just let you come in and out of the building anymore, to put up front, to take care of the front, the people that are coming in. Right now, the way it sits, Public Works is trying to take care of basically my customers because we only got one way in and out. So he's got an open spot up there, and that's where I would see putting this person to be able to handle the front more efficiently, know what they're talking about, you know, handle the phones, and also have a vision of putting a computer up there where they'll be able to keep the permits, you know, in line. Maybe we don't have to bring so many people back. So I do have that plea out to y'all. I'm asking for that. The only other thing that I did increase, I think, in the budget was there's a line item there called permit fees. I think that's what it says. But what it actually is, it's the filing fees that we use for lien filing and plat filing. And as I said a while ago, we're filing plats 4 or 5 a week. They're $66 every time we take one to get it filed. And then the liens that we're filing on properties that people don't pay when we mow, or all this infill property that has liens that they're paying, I have to do a release of lien. Each one of those liens cost me $26. So we started out with 10,000, and I went through that in about a month and a half. So I think we bumped it up to about 50, wasn't it? And I'm not sure that'll be enough, but that's a necessary thing. The only thing I will say is that we're finally getting money back that the city spent resources on. We're finally able to collect a lot of that money back. I don't have that figure. It goes in a different deal, but that's kind of where it is, and we are striving to continue to provide excellent customer service. I don't know that we're doing that. We want to do that. It's so overwhelming over there, but very busy. It's busy. I've never seen this place. I've been here since 2004, and I've never seen anything like it. It is 10 times what we were doing when I first got here, and basically we're still trying to do it with the same staff. We do have some better technology that helps us with a lot of that, but we definitely do that. And the only other thing I want to say, I think my total budget for the department is payroll and everything, and I'm guessing, because they couldn't give me a figure, I'm guessing about 400,000 is it, because I keep that number way down there. Well, what I wanted to tell you, since October 1, those 1,297 permits we've issued, permit fees alone that we brought into the city, and I'm not talking about liens that we've got, is $1,015,000. So, in my experience, At 42 years I've been at this, almost 43. I've never seen a community development department that was actually could be self-supported. We're always supported by the water fund or whatever. So I think that should tell you real quick that we're bringing it in there, you know. So, and that's not counting leave. So, you know, that shocked me when I found that out, because I've never worked for a city where usually most departments don't pay their way, and it's that just goes to show you how busy they are.
Any questions? Good job, Steve.
Thanks, sir.
Appreciate it. Okay, at the present time, we're going to go into executive session under section 551.071 and 551.087. And we'll return around 6 o'clock.
Where every order is a custom order made with fresh ingredients. Wings to Go, 7818 Wesley Street in Greenville. The recipe for great food is simple. Make it fresh. Wings to Go in Greenville, where every order is a custom order made with fresh ingredients. Wings to Go, 7818 Wesley Street in Greenville. Simply great wings.
Need a part for the right price?